Okay, what if I told you a struggling team became like a genuine title contender almost overnight, all because of one player? And get this, what if that player wasn't the superstar scorer you'd immediately think of?
Interesting premise. Go on.
Right. So before Jimmy Butler joined the Golden State Warriors, they were actually under .500. I think it was 25-26.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Looking like they might miss the playoffs entirely.
Exactly. And now, since he joined, they've won 13 out of the 14 games he's actually played in.
Wow.
And they've jumped all the way to 6th place in the West. It's pretty wild.
That's a massive turnaround.
So this deep dive is all about trying to understand this Jimmy Butler effect on the Warriors. You shared this amazing shift, and we really want to unpack how one guy can cause such a dramatic change.
Yeah, we'll be digging into some recent analysis, looking at observations, trying to figure out the key factors here.
Our mission, really, is to go beyond just the basic stats. We want to understand the specific ways Jimmy Butler has changed the Warriors' whole vibe, their culture, their performance, and, what this actually means for their championship hopes now.
It's truly remarkable, isn't it? I mean, this kind of immediate, huge impact,
Yeah.
you just don't see it very often in the NBA.
Right.
And it's not just the win-loss column changing. Look at Steph Curry.
Okay, yeah, tell me about that.
Well, before Butler got there, Curry was averaging, around 22.7 points, shooting about 43%.
Okay, decent numbers, but maybe not Pete Curry.
Not Pete Curry, exactly.
Yeah.
But with Butler on the team, his scoring's jumped to almost 29 points a game, 28.7.
Whoa.
And his shooting efficiency, up to nearly 50%, 49.5%. Those are like serious MVP level numbers he's putting up now.
That's a staggering difference. It really is. And it feels like it's more than just the stats, there's a different confidence.
Yeah.
Like we even saw him trash talking Isaiah Stewart, who's known around the league as, the resident tough guy.
Right.
What does that moment, Curry going right at a player like Stewart, what does that tell you about maybe his mindset shift since Butler arrived?
Oh, that moment speaks volumes.
Yeah.
Seriously, it suggests this newfound swagger, maybe, a belief that kind of comes from playing alongside someone who just brings that intense energy and like that will to win every single night. And, it's interesting to think about the theory that Butler is basically filling the Andre Iguodala role from their past championship runs.
Ah, okay. The defensive wing, high-level passer.
Exactly. That guy who can defend multiple positions, facilitate the offense, and even slide up to play power forward in those smaller, faster lineups.
And the stats seem to back that up, right? I saw Butler's playing a pretty significant chunk of his minutes at the 4.
A huge chunk. It's 44% of his minutes at power forward. That directly mirrors the small ball strategy that worked so well for them back in 2022 when they won the title.
So they're really leaning into that flexibility again, less about traditional size, more skill and speed.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And maybe the most telling stat, the one that just screams immediate impact, is the on-off court difference.
Okay.
The Warriors are a full 10.1 points better per 100 possessions when Butler is actually playing.
10 points, that's massive.
It is. Think about how often does a player join mid-season and just instantly make the entire team that much better?
It's almost unheard of, but this Butler effect, it feels like it's lifting everyone, not just Curry. Like, look at Draymond Green.
Yeah, good point.
His scoring's up, right? From like 8.4 to over 11 points a game.
Like 11.1, yeah.
Yeah.
And his assists, too. From 5.5 before Butler, now up to 6.7. He's more involved offensively.
And Gary Payton II, his efficiency has just like skyrocketed.
Oh, absolutely. He's scoring almost double the points, 5.2 before to 9.6 now in roughly similar minutes.
And shooting nearly 64%.
63.9%. It's incredible efficiency. And even Jordan Poole, the data suggests he's trending up too in scoring and his three-point shooting.
Okay, so what's the underlying reason here? Why is seemingly everyone playing better all of a sudden? What's the catalyst?
Well, it seems like it's a combo of things. First, you've got the Warriors' basic offensive structure, right? Shooters everywhere, spacing the floor. That naturally creates chaos for defenses.
Stretches them thin.
Exactly. But now you add another really high-level playmaker in Butler alongside Draymond Green. Defenses just can't key in on one or two guys anymore.
Too many threats.
Right. And that just naturally leads to more open looks for everybody.
And we're seeing that play out in specific games, too. Like, remember that game against Brooklyn? There were those sequences where Draymond just kept finding Butler cutting or posting up against smaller defenders.
Yeah.
Easy buckets. Weren't there like 4 lob passes in that game alone?
Yeah, they were specifically targeting mismatches, like putting D'Angelo Russell on Butler.
Yeah.
It was deliberate.
Can you just picture how exploiting those mismatches over and over with a playmaker like Butler?
Yeah.
How that just unlocks so much easy offense.
It's a massive strategic advantage they have now.
Mm-hmm.
And Butler's passing, which honestly gets underrated sometimes.
Yeah, people focus on the scoring or defense.
Right. But his passing is crucial here. We're seeing it constantly. That sharp pass to Moses Moody on a cut.
Uh-huh.
Or when defenses collapse on him when he goes one-on-one in ISO, boom, he finds the open shooter.
Right, like that play. I think it was a pick and pop with Steph.
Yeah.
Butler got the ball, drove, defense collapsed, and he kicked it out to Gary Payton for just a wide open look.
Those are the kinds of plays becoming routine now. Or even just a quick pass from Draymond. Butler attacks the rim, draws help, kicks out for an open three. The offense feels so much more unpredictable.
Totally.
Exactly. And now you've got both Curry and Green setting off-ball screens, too.
Yeah.
That adds another layer, another wrinkle defenses have to worry about.
It's not just the stars handling the ball. Everyone's involved in creating the shots.
That seems to be the key.
Okay, so beyond the stats, beyond the X's and O's, there's also that intangible stuff with Butler, right? His intensity, that relentless drive he has.
Oh, absolutely. You can't easily put a number on it, but you can feel it. There's just a different energy around the team now.
It really seems like every single player is operating with, I don't know, a new level of urgency.
That kind of energy, it's infectious. You see it in his defense, pushing the ball in transition, setting hard screens, cutting hard.
Doing the dirty work.
All the little things that don't always show up in the box score, but absolutely contribute to winning basketball.
Of course, we do have to mention the one, let's say, potential question mark. Butler's three-point shooting this season.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's hovering around 20%, right? That feels like something opposing coaches, come playoff time, might try to exploit, dare him and Draymond to shoot from outside.
It's a valid point, definitely something teams will likely test. However, you also have to factor in the history of playoff Jimmy Butler.
Ah, right. He does have that reputation.
He has a proven track record of elevating his entire game, including his shooting sometimes, when the stakes are highest. So while the current percentage is, yeah, it's a concern, maybe don't count him out in those big moments just yet.
Good point. And hey, let's not forget Jonathan Kuminga in all this.
Right, Kuminga.
In those 14 games Butler's played, Warriors are 13-1. Kuminga only played in one of those wins, coming back from injury.
But he looked good in that game. 18 points, shot it really well, 7 for 10, I think.
Yeah. It suggests maybe he's also finding his groove with Butler there.
Kuminga's a huge potential X factor for them. His athleticism, his ability to score, it adds another weapon.
And keeping him in the trade that brought Butler over looks pretty smart right now.
It really could be, especially come playoff time.
Okay.
That's when sometimes unexpected guys step up and become key difference makers. Kuminga could absolutely be that guy.
Okay, so let's wrap this up. To summarize, the Jimmy Butler effect seems undeniably real.
Yeah, I think that's safe to say.
It's multifaceted, right? It's reignited Steph Curry. It's unlocked new offensive wrinkles. It's lifted the play of pretty much everyone else. And it's brought that crucial, maybe missing element of just raw energy and like win at all costs mentality.
So that initial question we posed, have the Warriors truly transformed back into a legitimate title contender?
Yeah.
Based on everything we've just talked about, the evidence.
Yeah.
It strongly suggests a really significant shift since he arrived.
So here's a final thought for everyone listening. In a league that's so often focused on, individual brilliance and scoring titles, does Jimmy Butler's impact maybe highlight the sheer power of selfless play, of making the right pass, playing defense, and just having that relentless will to win?
It's a great question.
And how might that idea, thinking about team success differently, apply maybe beyond basketball, maybe even in your own work, your own life? Something to think about.
Definitely food for thought.
We want to know what you think, though. What part of this crazy Warriors turnaround surprised you the most? Let us know. Head over to our social media channels or just reply in the comments wherever you're listening.
Yeah, we'd love to hear your take.
And hey, if you found this deep dive insightful, maybe learned something new, do us a favor. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. We'll be back with more in-depth analyses soon.